What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful fight fans across the world? And in this video, we're going to be breaking down the fight of the year and UFC 308. I'm going to give my early predictions because I have a fat midterm on Thursday and my laptop is suffering from making all these MMA YouTube videos, but I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Even though I have a fat midterm on Thursday, even though it's coming up, I don't care. I'm pumping out these videos. I don't care, brother. I don't care. Because after my midterm, I get to enjoy UFC 308. It might be card of the year. I already made a video about that, saying that might be card of the year. So let's get straight into it. Who I believe is going to win in the main event. My heart. You've heard this a lot. You've heard this a lot over the couple last weeks. Everybody in the comments like, my heart. My heart says Max Holloway, but my brain says Ilia. And that's exactly how I feel. I can't even hate on them. Because that's exactly how I feel. Because the way this fight is looking, man, it's looking like an Ilia Topuria win. I really want Max Holloway to win. It would be amazing to see Max Holloway go out there and just put on a performance, like a Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar type of performance on Ilia Topuria. How great would that be to watch? Just him racking up punches, bouncing Ilia's head back. But do I see that happening? No. Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway likes to claim that he's the best boxer in the UFC, but I think Ilia Topuria is the best boxer in the UFC. Okay? Like, if you just go boxing for boxing, I think Ilia Topuria is the best. His defense and his striking is just some of the best you see in the UFC. His fight versus Josh Emmett, the Volk fight is not a great example because it was just 2 rounds and he just when they planted and then he landed, that's when the fight was over. So it's not the greatest example, but the Josh Emmett fight, just watch that fight back. When Ilia Topuria backs you up against the cage, his pressure is just insane. The way Max Holloway can win this fight is he has to circle that cage all night. For 25 minutes, he has to circle the cage. The second he plants his feet, he's done. He's done because nobody can plant their feet against Ilia Topuria and take that power. Okay, I don't think Max Holloway can point down at the cage and do his 10-second thing no more. I don't see that happen. Imagine. If he hurts Ilia early in the fight and does all of that, then he has a chance to go out there and not and destroy Ilia like he did to Justin Gaethje, but I really don't see that happening. You know what else I don't like about this fight is that Max Holloway just fought Justin Gaethje at 155. I know it's been a while since UFC 300, but still, now he's cutting back down to 145, even though Max Holloway has the iron chin of the UFC. He has one of the best chins in the UFC. That's not good for your chin. Okay, going back down to a lower weight class. After Max Holloway did put on muscle, he looked bigger for his fight against Justin Gaethje. You can see he was physically bigger, and now he probably lost a little bit of that muscle, losing a lot of water probably before this fight. I just hope that he did his weight cut correctly because there's a chance that the only person that really has a chance to knock out Max Holloway at 145, it's Ilia Topuria. It's Ilia Topuria. Nobody else has a chance to knock him out. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I feel like Ilia's pressure, when he's going to plant, Max Holloway's going to plant his feet against the cage, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. He might not get KO'd, but there's a chance he might. But another thing is also, if Max Holloway does good, like he's actually being quick, I can see him being quicker than Ilia. I can see him frustrating Ilia on the feet. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. This is a 50-50 fight, but I don't see it. The only thing that I'm really scared of is Max Holloway getting KO'd because I really can see that happening. But I was gonna bring this up. Sorry, I lost train of thought. But Ilia Topuria, if he's losing against Max Holloway on the feet, if he is getting actually pieced up on the feet, Max Holloway's too fast for him, he can't get to him because Max Holloway's too tall, I can see Ilia mixing in the grappling, and Ilia has some underrated grappling. He submitted Bryce Mitchell, which is crazy. Bryce Mitchell's one of the best grapplers in the featherweight division. I know everybody likes to clown on Bryce Mitchell, but he's an excellent grappler. I mean, he's one of the best grapplers at featherweight, if not. I don't know. No, he's not better. He's not better than a lot of. There's a couple of guys that are better than Bryce Mitchell, but still, Ilia Topuria has some underrated grappling. I mean, it's not underrated. I feel like everybody talks about it, but I can definitely see Ilia mixing in the takedowns and the jiu-jitsu if he's losing the fight on the feet and just winning rounds like that. I don't, the hardest thing about me for this fight is like, do I see this fight going the distance? I don't know about that. I really don't know about it. I feel like there's going to be a finish in this fight. I feel like the stakes in this fight are just so high that both of these guys are going to come out in their top form and just perform for us. Because last fight, we had Ilia Topuria versus Volkanovski. Volk was winning that fight until he got KO'd, but still, Ilia was just setting that combo up the whole night. And Max Holloway against Justin Gaethje, he just put on a masterclass, but Ilia Topuria is not a Justin Gaethje. Okay, he's not throwing 1-2 punches and then stopping. Ilia Topuria throws combos against the cage. He slips punches. He throws overhand rights as his first punch to kind of see, and like, his pressure is just insane. When he gets you up against the cage, you have no choice sometimes but to plant your feet and strike back. And I feel like if Max Holloway plants his feet against Ilia Topuria, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I don't know if he's going to get KO'd flat, but it's definitely possible. But my prediction for this fight, I feel like Ilia Topuria is going to win a decision over Max Holloway. Even though I don't want to see that happen, I want Max Holloway to win really bad. It would be great to see Ilia Topuria get a little bit humbled, but I don't know. And let's talk about how if Ilia Topuria goes out there, beats Volk, and then beats Max Holloway, Ilia Topuria is already like, he's so high on the GOAT list just from that. For real, it's not even a joke. He's high on the GOAT list. He's the featherweight GOAT after that, for sure. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Ilia Topuria, if he goes out there and KOs Max Holloway, he's the featherweight GOAT for sure. Okay? For sure. But let's get into these next fights. I already made a whole video on Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. I'm picking Robert Whittaker, even though it's a little bit of a risky pick. I can definitely see Khamzat. It's either Khamzat finishes Robert Whittaker early or Robert Whittaker wins the fight. Only two ways it's ending, and I think Robert Whittaker can survive the first and second round. All right, Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. I got Dan Ige. Okay, Lerone Murphy, he could do a little pitter-patter. He could keep Dan Ige at range. He did pretty decent against Enson Barboza, but Dan Ige has some great boxing. He looked great against Diego Lopez, and Diego Lopez is like, what, number 1, 2, or 3 in the featherweight division right now? I think Diego Lopez is going to get to Lerone Murphy. I think that's a great underdog pick right there. I feel like he could KO Lerone Murphy. Dan Ige has some underrated power in his hands. I'm picking Dan Ige. Okay, I'm picking Dan Ige. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic. Ankalaev's going to win, but I feel like Rakic is going to put up a fight. I feel like he's going to give Ankalaev a run for his money. I feel like he is, but I can see Ankalaev winning a decision or getting a late finish on Alexander Rakic. Magomed Ankalaev is the most underrated Dagestani because he might be a Dagestani, but he's mostly a striker. I'm gonna make a video on Magomed Ankalaev and how he's the most underrated Dagestani. But next fight on the list, Sharon Magomedov versus Armen Petrosyan. Man, I got Sharon Magomedov, but winning a decision. I don't know if he's gonna get a finish. I don't think he's gonna get a finish. I got bro winning a decision. Even though everybody's saying, oh, Sharon Magomedov, he doesn't have that much power, he's whack. I just love watching him fight because it's non-stop striking. Like, every second he's throwing a kick, a punch. He's just keeping his opponent on their heels the whole time, throwing something. And it's just like, I don't know how he keeps up that crazy pace. You throw a couple of kicks, you're gassed. Sharon Magomedov's throwing a roundhouse kick every second. It's insane. Sharon Magomedov decision. Prelims, Jeff Neal versus RDA. Jeff Neal's going to KO RDA. KO RDA or win a decision. Only ways I see that fight ending. Mayatek Oroblai versus Mateusz Rebecki. Mayatek Oroblai, the caveman himself. The last thing a woolly mammoth sees before it reaches its demise. Mayatek Oroblai is going to win this fight. He's going to win a decision or get a late finish on Mateusz Rebecki. Mayatek Oroblai is a fucking problem at lightweight. He's a problem. Non-stop pace, non-stop wrestling, decent hands. Absolutely destroyed Elvis Brenner. Oh my god. Put a crazy pace on Elvis Brenner. Mayatek Oroblai. He's something to watch in the he's something to definitely watch in the lightweight division because his pace is crazy and he's tough. He grits it out and he has decent hands. He mixes it well. He does the MMA fight well. He fights MMA well, let's just say it like that. And he's Kyrgyzstani, so shout out my fellow Central Asian, even though I'm not Kyrgyz. But Saidner Magomedov versus Daniel Santos. Said Nurmagomedov. All you gotta see is Nurmagomedov, and you know it's clipped. Okay, you know Daniel Santos is clipped. Said Nurmagomedov probably submits Daniel Santos. That's what I think. Abus Magomedov versus Bruno Ferreira. Abus Magomedov, one of the best first-round fighters in the UFC. Is he going to finish Bruno Ferreira early? I believe he will. I believe he will. I believe in Abus Magomedov, and I think he's going to bring the fight to Bruno Ferreira. He's going to bring it. Okay, he's going to bring it. He's going to take Bruno Ferreira out. He's going to take him out. Maybe first or second round. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Chris Barnett. Oh, Chris Barnett got moved to this card. Let's go. Why is he representing Spain? I thought Chris Barnett was from the U.S. Maybe that's a glitch or something. I don't know. But Kennedy Nzechukwu, I'm pretty sure he was supposed to fight somebody else before. Kennedy Nzechukwu has to win this fight. You know what? Chris Barnett spinning hook kick to KO? Nah. I think Kennedy Nzechukwu is too big for that. But it would be great to see Chris Barnett just like spinning hook kick Kennedy Nzechukwu and then like flip on his butt again. You know, everybody loves a Chris Barnett win. Let's keep it real. But how likely is he to win this fight? Not very likely. It would be great to see him win, though. I really wish, but I think Kennedy's going to win. Farid Basharat versus Victor Hugo. I got Farid Basharat. For sure. For sure. Farid Basharat decision. That's a lock right there. That's a lock. Ismail Naradiev versus Bruno Silva. This one's hard. This one is hard because Bruno Silva, he's looking like he lost to Chris Weidman. Even though I know he got the 1-2 eye poke of death from Chris Weidman, he was still like kind of like, it wasn't a great fight. He wasn't showing a lot of great things. I'm probably going to go with Ismail Naradiev, but Bruno Silva might win, I guess. I don't know. Bruno Silva just looks flat sometimes, and then sometimes he puts up a great fight. He's just like a hit or miss. He's an inconsistent UFC fighter, so it's not safe to go with him. I'll just go with Ismail Naradiev. Rinat for Farinkadinov versus Carlos Leal. What happened to Nursultan Ruzaboyev, my Uzbeki brother? What happened to him? I guess Nursultan's not fighting Rinat Farinkadinov, and I think that's a good thing because Rinat Farinkadinov is a goddamn problem. He's a problem at the welterweight division. Even though he's looking a little flat, he looked a little flat in his last fight. He's a problem, okay? And I think he's gonna get a finish over Carlos Leal. He's going to get a finish. He's minus 360 favorite. I know it's not good to look at the odds, but still, I think I got to go with Rinat Farinkadinov. Ibo Aslan versus Rafael Kurkiera. I'm going with Ibo Aslan. Okay, Turkish, skibbity dub, yes. Let's go, Turkey. Ibo Aslan's going to win. Okay, he's going to win. Those are my picks for UFC 308. I already predicted these fights, but a lot of them changed. I predicted in my video back when I was talking about how UFC 308 might be the card of the year. But a lot of these fights changed. Kind of sad to see. We also lost Cyril Gane versus Volkov. That got moved to another card, but it's still a stack card from top to bottom. It might be even better than UFC 300. We'll just have to see this Saturday. But leave a like, subscribe. I'm dropping videos like this almost every single day. I got a big-ass midterm this week, and I'm still dropping these videos because I just love making them. I love MMA. I love making them. I got to get this content out to you guys because, you know, I just enjoy it. But that's it for this video. Turn the notifications on, and I'll see you, beautiful people, in the next one, man.